Okay, in this video lecture, we are going to deal with the non-deterministic finite automata, which is nothing but NFA. NFA is simply nothing but for each state there can be either 0 or 1 or more transitions are possible for a particular symbol in given sigma. Here I want to make a note of what is deterministic finite automata and what is non-deterministic finite automata. In deterministic finite automata, for a given symbol, at least and at most, we have a single transition. But in NFA, for a given symbol in sigma, we may have either zero transitions, that means we may not have a transition at all, and a one transition, that means a singleton transition, or more transitions by consuming one input symbol in the corresponding given sigma. If NFA gets to state with more than one possible transition corresponding to the input symbol, we say it as branches. We say them simply as branches as we observe in a given tree. If NFA gets to state where there is no valid transition, then the corresponding branch dies. If at all we want to see, observe how corresponding given string is accepted by corresponding NFA. We may have many possibilities of getting to accept state, and what we are going to do is, if at all there is at least one path that leads from the initial state to the accept state, then we will simply say that the corresponding given string is accepted. Thus, one accepting branch is enough for the overall NFA to accept. But every branch must reject for the overall NFA to reject. That means if a string is not accepted by corresponding NFA means every branch from the corresponding from the start state to accept state must and should to reject the corresponding its stature to accept. That means it must and should be rejected. Formal definition of NFA. For a given NFA, we have a 5-tuple definition over here. Capital Q represents finite set of states, where sigma represents corresponding alphabet set of a finite set of symbols, which is nothing but alphabet. Delta, which is nothing but transition function. Here the transition function is simply defined as cross product of corresponding finite set of states and the corresponding sigma union epsilon. Here it is epsilon, and gives rise to 2 to the power of q. Here 2 to the power of q represents a power set. That means there are possibilities of number of states, which is nothing but a combination of states in the corresponding capital Q. Q naught is the initial state, and the corresponding F is the final state, which is nothing but a proper subset of capital Q. Steps to design NFA. Actually, there is no accurate procedure to design a given NFA as we observe in DFA. That means for a DFA, we have a clear-cut design procedure for a DFA, but NFA there is no clear-cut steps to design. What we have here we are noting is a tentative plan that may lead to design a corresponding NFA given some conditions. Design an NFA for a minimum string as we already observed in DFA. From the starting state, we will check all possible transitions from the all input symbols, so that everything that is accepted by DFA must be accepted by DFA. For the final state, we give all transitions that are possible, so that every string accepted must be accepted by NFA. We are designing the NFA keeping in mind that to design a DFA. This is the important point over here. That is why there is no standard procedure for designing an NFA. For example, if at all we are going to observe design an NFA that accepts language AB as substring, we will have a minimum string and the corresponding transition diagram looks like this, and the corresponding initial state has given all the possible transitions like over here. Same way, step 2 by applying step 2, step 3 for corresponding accepted state, all possible transitions on the final state. In this way, we are going to design the corresponding NFA. Thank you.